Hello, I'm Philip Brunelle, organist and choirmaster at Plymouth Congregational Church in Minneapolis and artistic director and founder of Vocal Essence. So each day I have chosen a different composer, one that has had a role to play with both organizations over the years. Today it's Gerald Neer. From time to time, I've chosen a composer that lived in the Twin Cities. Why not? And Gerald indeed did live here, though he does not today. He was born in 1942, and while he was here in Minneapolis, he studied at the University of Minnesota with Dominic Argento. Later, he moved to Dallas, where he was the organist at one of the large churches there, and then now is in New Mexico. In 1982, he was one of the first winners of a McKnight Fellowship, and for a number of the American Guild of Organist conventions, he was commissioned to write a number of works, concerto for organ and orchestra. And he wrote so many beautiful choral pieces, and these pieces have become staples in the repertoire of churches all over the country. I first knew about him when he was living here in Minneapolis, and I think, well, probably the Plymouth Choir has sung 10 at least of these beautiful pieces. One that I love was one that was commissioned not by just one church, but by what's called the downtown Minneapolis churches. We have every 2 years had a festival, and a composer has been commissioned for each festival. And in 2003, we commissioned Gerald Neer. He took a poem by Susan Palo Cherwin called Lumen de Lumine, and the text was also commissioned for that festival. It's a beautiful piece. So the piece begins in Latin with that line, Lumen de Lumine, which just means light of light, light from light. And then it says, light from light become radiant. And her words go on, from the dwelling place of light, summoned from its velvet home, rising shines the star in night, light no dark can overcome. And then it gets larger and it says, shine on us, O glorious Christ, light from light and bright with grace, radiant now your people rise, glory shining from each face. So you can just imagine a choir of 250 and the organ singing this beautiful piece of Gerald Neer. Lumen de Lumine, music of Gerald Near. As I mentioned, he also was a wonderful organist, composed a number of organ works. So I would like to go to the organ, that wonderful Holtkamp organ we have here at Plymouth Church, to play a piece that he wrote. It was dedicated to the organist Marilyn Mason for many years at the University of Michigan as an organ professor. He wrote a suite for her, and the middle movement is that charming hymn, Jerusalem, My Happy Home. And he set that one for the organ. He calls it Saraband, music of Gerald Near. Have a wonderful day.